During 2020, I found myself in a severe battle with depression. I felt trapped, chasing a dream I very well may never achieve. And it didn't help that the entire world seemed to be falling apart.
The breaking news, stay at home. That is the order tonight from 4 state governors as the coronavirus pandemic spreads. New York, California, Illinois, and Connecticut all ordering non-essential employees to stay home. Those orders cover 75 million people across the United States.
Perth and Western Australia is right now in the midst of a bushfire emergency, with fears homes have been lost as fires continue to burn in Perth's north.
Good evening. Welcome to ESPN Sports Center. Zuba Mahenti. I'm Michael Lees. Breaking news in this Sunday afternoon. Five-time NBA champion, former league MVP Kobe Bryant died earlier this afternoon in Los Angeles in a helicopter crash. News reports are just coming in. Among multiple victims, Kobe Bryant on that helicopter.
That's when I came across the Disney Plus original movie, Clouds. The summary read that it was based on a true story. Zach Sobiech, a 17-year-old with raw musical talent, had his entire world flipped upside down during his senior year of high school. Having been told that his cancer had spread and given only 6 months to live, Zach set out to follow his dream of finally making a music album with his best friend, Sammy. And in doing so, they would become a viral phenomenon. Outside of this, Zach was also featured on My Last Days. Having heard Zach's inspiring story, there was one quote from him that really stuck with me. "You don't have to find out you're dying to start living." He was right. I was so focused on getting a college degree by this age and getting a job at this age, etc., that I wasn't really living. So one of my biggest dreams has always been to travel across Route 66. The idea of simply rolling the windows down and listening to some good music while seeing the country seemed like one of the greatest feelings ever. So, feeling inspired, that's exactly what I did. Minneapolis! So, made it to my halfway point for day one now. Not gonna lie, I was shaking just a little bit with the traffic when I got to Minneapolis. Day 3 in the books, so parked for the night, ready to go. It no longer mattered that I lacked experience driving in cities or across interstates. It no longer mattered that I came from a family that didn't have a lot of money. I was going to simply enjoy every moment and live every day as though it was my last. And I quickly fell in love with that. In doing this, I began to face some of my biggest fears and tried to learn as much as I possibly could wherever I went. I even fulfilled my dream of becoming a published author by sharing these experiences as well as my own battles with depression and anxiety. I couldn't be more thankful for Zach's help in making all of this a reality. That's why I knew I needed to do my part to help keep Zach's legacy alive. Every September, the Great Cycle Challenge has participants bike to raise awareness and funds for childhood cancer. This was a perfect way to give back to the cause, and with special permission from Zach's mom, Laura, Team Clouds was born. Named after his most popular song, Team Clouds is in honor and memory of Zach Sobiech, and after working with one of the directors of the Great Cycle Challenge, we have made it so all funds raised by the team go to the Zach Sobiech Osteosarcoma Fund.
This June, join thousands of riders across the United States in the Great Cycle Challenge. 1 month, one goal. Ride to fight kids' cancer. Set yourself a ride goal for June. Get on your bike and ride. Log your miles and track your progress. You can pedal 50 miles or 500 miles throughout the month. It's your challenge. Ride it your way. All ages, all fitness levels, any location across the country. Taking part is easy. Register for free and set a ride goal. Fundraise. Get on your bike, log your miles, and track your progress. Sign up today and join the movement to kick cancer's butt.
Over the years, I personally have raised $7,398 and biked 428 miles. In doing so, I've been able to help spread Zach's message at my local college to my students, here on my YouTube channel, as well as Duluth News.
Hello.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good. You?
I'm good. Thanks for being willing to hop on a call in between your classes. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Okay, let me just adjust here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Would you mind just telling me a little bit about yourself? Where are you from? How did you stumble upon this cause? All that stuff.
So I'm Colby Lerno. I've been living in Upper Michigan, and all my life I've always kind of been fundraising for like St. Jude's and everything. So this year will be my 4th year in the Great Cycle Challenge. I ended up finding it on Facebook a couple years ago, and I was shocked to learn actually that less than 4% of like the federal fundraising for cancer overall actually goes to like childhood cancer. So having like family that has dealt with cancer and kind of like fundraising for St. Jude's in the past, the Great Cycle Challenge was something that definitely hit close to home for me.
So did you cycle before this, or did you kind of start doing it to fundraise for this cause?
During my teenage years, I always liked to bike around town, just throw some music on, get out and just enjoy nature basically. So when I did come across this cause, it was perfect for me. I really fell in love with it. I thought it was a great idea for both in like pushing people to get out there and kind of be healthy themselves, but also raise money and awareness for a really great cause.
So you said you've done this for a couple of years now. How many miles have you biked collectively? Do you know?
Collectively, I have biked 181 miles, and I have raised $2,863 so far.
Wow, that's awesome. So this year, your goal is 500 miles and $5,000, which is quite a lot of miles and quite a lot of money. Do you have any strategy, or are you just kind of going to hit the ground running?
So what a lot of people do is September 15th, the organization calls it Kick Cancer's Butt Day. And what happens is any donations received on that day, they have sponsors across the world that will match all donations up to like millions upon millions of dollars. So this year, I actually started this last year with the pandemic because I wasn't sure how to raise money. I started collecting cans. Since I'm in Michigan, we have a 10-cent deposit on cans and bottles. And I just started collecting as many as I can and cashing those in. This year, I have raised $1,000 so far in cash. And on September 15th, I will be uploading those donations to the organization. So then those sponsors can match it.
Sounds like a pretty good strategy to me. That's really exciting. So can you tell me a little bit about how you discovered the Zach Sobiech Fund and why it touched you so much you wanted to donate for it?
So in October, they actually released the movie Clouds on Disney Plus. Anyone who has not seen it, I highly recommend watching it. It is very inspiring, very moving. One of the famous quotes from Zach was basically that you don't have to find out you're dying to start living. And I really connect with that. And also him saying, like, for his life, he wanted to make as many people happy as possible as long as he could. Basically, it was kind of like make the most out of every single day. And that's kind of what I've tried to do my entire life. So watching that movie back in October, immediately after watching it, I was like, oh my God, I need to watch this again. And I just immediately knew, I was like, this year I have to start a team in honor of him. So I actually did some research and found his mom's email and got in contact with her and got her permission to set this team up. And basically we've been working now to make it so all the fundraising from our team will go to the fund he started before he passed away.
Wow, that's pretty neat. So what would you say to those who are considering donating? What's the importance of taking some time and energy to support this cause?
So I want to point out again, because this was a statistic that really shocked me. There is a lot of fundraising and stuff for cancer overall, but federally, less than 4% goes to childhood cancer. And that just blew my mind. Along with this, for those who don't know, osteosarcoma is a very rare bone cancer. So that is also a field that is very not funded. It really needs more funding. That was something that just really hit me hard when I first started.
Okay, awesome. Was there anything else that you wanted to add, wanted to let other people know, either about the Great Cycling Challenge or the cause, anything extra?
So for anyone who would be considering and joining us for this cause or donating, or even just kind of want to check it out a little bit more, you can do so by going to the greatcyclechallenge.com and just searching for Team Clouds. You'll be able to see all our team members there, what we're doing more in depth, and how fundraising and miles are working. The challenge officially starts tomorrow and runs through the month of September, but due to poor weather and stuff, they usually give you the month of October as well. And there's also really cool, like, I actually have I have jerseys from every year I've biked. Anyone who bikes and raises about $500 gets a jersey. And then this is my first superhero jersey I got last year for raising over $2,500. This year, it is actually a Wonder Woman jersey that the kids design. And if I hit 2,500, I'm hoping that I could actually donate the jersey to a little girl who is battling cancer right now.
Wow, that's so awesome. So do you have more people on the Team Clouds already?
Right now, our team is currently 9 members, And we're kind of emailing and talking about how we could fundraise and how we could bring more awareness for people joining the team, but also just more awareness to childhood cancer overall.
So for those who may be interested in donating or helping out, is it possible to join Team Clouds, or are you guys just accepting donations?
For anyone who's interested, absolutely, please go on that website, greatcyclechallenge.com, and just search for Team Clouds. The more people, the merrier. Something I always tell people when they're starting off with this is don't be afraid to start your goals small, because you could update those later on. So me this year, I'm really pushing it. I went big, but my very first year, I think I did 50 miles and like $100 raised. Every little bit counts, and every single year as an overall group, all the teams, the overall Great Cycle Challenge organization, we raise millions of dollars, and that it really is just a team like effort.
Great. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
I don't think so. That was
All right. Yeah, I think you covered all the points. Well, thanks again for being willing to chat. It was super awesome to hear about the cause and your connection. Good luck. 500 miles is a lot. Make sure you stretch.
Oh yeah, got a long month ahead of me.
So as I continue to live my one wild and precious life, I'm going to keep telling the story of the kid who went down fighting and didn't really lose. And I'm going to make sure to cherish every day, the good and the bad, because tomorrow is never guaranteed.